many more. Engineer the response. So nothing, again, too crazy to start off here. But they were able to lock down Limp's Kraken last game. This time, though, they're going to just play it themselves as far as the hero is concerned. But Engineer again, response. Ophelia, once again, coming out for tmsR. Like, Tank Cafe, you did fantastic on the last game. Here you go once again. Here's your chance. Show us what you can do. So what see the Tempest maybe this time around.
Probably. Yeah, I think they do a Tempest. You have Engineer. Tempest is really strong with Engie. You have two really strong ultimates. It's kind of hard to play around both of them.
Yeah.
Though they would have Ophelia creeps that target to lock down the Engie field a bit with good micro. But I'd probably look for the Tempest on the third pick.
They go Ravener there with the Engineer. So not just him. Maybe that third pick as you're mentioning.
Yeah, I like that Ravener pick there. Engie Ravener is probably the strongest lane in the game right now. Or one of the stronger lanes. I guess there's a few lanes that could contest with it, just in a purely 2v2 matchup with no outside factors, but obviously the game's just not that. But what is tmsR going to pick? Probably, they could pick their support. There's still Hag in the pool. They have Kraken, so Hag's pretty strong. Yeah. I don't think they'll pick their support hero. So maybe either the mid lane initiator or like a Hag for Hags in the short lane.
Wretched Hag.
There you go. What made you say Hag's good with Kraken? Just because of the AoE synergy, really?
Yeah, just really the AoE synergy. You got a hero in the front that kind of, can take the damage. It allows Hag to put in a lot of just have a lot of open space in the fights. And obviously Kraken is, if you have a good initiation for the Kraken ultimate, then you're going to get a good Bat Blast, a good Kraken field. So release the Kraken. So it's a lot of magical damage.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see. Back over to Stay Green now. There you go. Bubbles to finish things off. Always a sound option to have. I'm sure it'll end up in the hands of Limp here.
Yeah, it's kind of peculiar to me, I guess. They want Limp on that Playmaker, and there really aren't that many left in the pool, and Bubbles is obviously a pretty good matchup against a Hag.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why they want the Bubbles there. And I guess it might be a little bit telling of what they're going to do with the draft. Maybe they're going to run double supports and take something like a Sandwraith or a Dampier or a Moon Queen even. I think they're going to look for the hard carry this game on Chessie. I'm looking at the Sandwraith, the Moon Queen, and the Dampier.
Yeah. Let's carry again. We saw very carry-heavy bans last game from Stay Green, and tmsR was like, we'll take Dark Lady. That's fine with us. And obviously we saw the result of that, so this time around, though, with the Wretched Hag, again, leaning towards maybe that's going to be their choice. So the Tempest ban, the Rally, the Follow coming out here by Stay Green. Don't want to give them that mid/suicide option. So back to tmsR now. But no, there's a Parasite one, so they're really taking away their jungle options here, yeah.
And, maybe SG would pick a jungler, say, if the tmsR didn't ban it out, but in my mind, like, okay, you have My Nuts, right, and there's only 2 junglers left in the pool, so if you're Swindamelons, you know they're going to get banned out, so, and if you pick Bubbles here, so you kind of have to have a set strategy in mind, and so that kind of tends towards hard carry in the short lane, and I guess he just doesn't, he feels like he has to ban them out, but I just feel like that's the strategy SG's going to go for, and you see the ban Slurper there, it's one of the hard push heroes, so that's even more telling of what Swindamelons is going for.
Mm-hmm. So now tmsR. Let's see what they finish off here with that ban. Again, the Sandwraith, the Moon Queen, still strong options that are on the board.
And Dampier, right?
And Dampier?
Oh, no, that was
banned initially.
Right, initial ban, my bad. But yeah, did they expect that maybe the Sandwraith, I think, is probably the go-to here by Swindamelons?
They take out Corrupted, and then there's Doctor, actually. Stay Green.
Oh, alright, so they want a suicide mid.
Yeah.
Moon Queen. Or maybe the next ban. Maybe the next pick.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll go something like Empath here.
There's a high chance we're not going to see a Moon Queen Sandwraith team on the same, so yeah, just go with maybe your support option here as you're hinting at. Another support. Talk about Empath possibly. Still like a Torturer and a Luna, of course. Nymphora even, if that's something you want to do, but probably not this game.
I guess they could even Blitz. It's one of Minus' favorite heroes, but
true.
If they're going to run the short lane carry, I'd prefer to see the Empath more to just deny it from tmsR, plus amplifying their own carry's output.
Yeah, if they're planning on running the Moon Queen, though, I mean, again, aggressive trialing Moon Queen isn't out of the question either there, so we've seen that every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Torture, though.
Or even just say like they could even aggressive trialing the Ravenor and
Yeah.
or double or and then like put like a strong like a strong solo in the short or really just anything in the short lane solo. But the Tor pick is good too. It's one of the best zoning supports, and it also leaves them with a lot of options to trialing or do a double like if they want to.
Yeah. So
Andromeda.
Andromeda. That's their final pick for tmsR. So there you go. They're shaping up themselves as far as what they're looking to do. Finish off with the Andromeda pick, and now Stay Green. You gotta think it's that carry coming out here, most likely at least, with their final one. So yeah, the Andromeda support again. They had a lot of strong options on the board, like we were talking about. The Aluna, the Pyromancer's still there, the Glacius, but liking the Andromeda idea. Just I guess in this case, what are they gonna do? They're running.
Well, just to save a carry, or I think an interesting thing is I'm pretty sure you could like Kraken alt, walk into Kraken alt and swap someone into it. That'd be an interesting mechanic.
That's true. I was actually I'm thinking about the lanes, but yeah, I guess it kind of does. You got your well, they got Slicks playing Hag right now, so
They're gonna double suicide lane. They're gonna put
Okay.
either probably Kraken top, Hag mid, or something of like that. Maybe
Yeah.
Hag top, Kraken mid. And
Okay.
I'm really looking to that Moon Queen. Maybe something like Dark Lady, maybe even Gemini, Soul Stealer.
I noticed you say Gemini a lot with the carry option.
I like Gemini.
You don't
Who's
see
that?
it too much. But
Alright, well, this is a tri lane, and it's short lane Zephyr and a Bubbles mid.
there you go.
That's kind of the negative of picking a Zephyr here. It's kind of a big tell of what your strategy is. Just something I think that's really important is, say if they pick like a hard carry, then tmsR really don't know what SG is going to do.
Yeah.
And now, like, tmsR is in a position where they could respond and try to dodge, but I guess SG don't even have to try main really. They could just do double dual lanes, win mid, win top, and they'd be fine with that probably.
Yeah. We'll see. You see, loading into game number 2 now. So again, we got a 1-0 lead so far for Too Much Sugar right here. Switching the interface real quickly. There we go. Looks good. But yeah, they finish off with the Zephyr. So Jesse Zephyr, obviously, he knows what he's doing on that hero. So I think that it's safe to say that they're pretty glad, at least with that combination working out. But yeah, as far as the lane setup, it is fairly not 100% obvious, but it's definitely a good idea of what they'll probably be doing. So again, it's going to come down to what does tmsR does to respond to that setup. All right, so while we are sitting in this pause, I actually got an announcement about tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow here on HoNcast, not going to be any match casting as far as tournaments or whatnot, but actually with the release coming out this week, it's been announced, in case if you haven't seen yet, Rift Wars is going to be happening on Wednesday with the patch. It's set to be coming out. And as a result of that, we are going to be streaming a couple of Rift Wars games tomorrow. We're going to have at least a couple guys from the Balance whatnot, the designing team, and to kind of come on and talk about it while we're just watching Rift Wars in action. Of course, a lot of you are referring to it as Chaos Mode, Cross Mode, whatever you want to call it. The name it is being given is Rift Wars as far as that's concerned. So we're going to be actually doing a stream of that tomorrow to kind of show it off. I know a lot of people have been doing the, as I like to say, the ghetto version of it in terms of just using the console and whatnot, but it actually is, there is a little bit more to it than what people have seen so far. So we're going to give you guys a sneak peek on what to expect coming Wednesday in the patch. That is actually set up for 2 p.m. Eastern. I believe that should be 2000 Central European time. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. Definitely look forward to that and checking out the new Rift Words. I know I'm really excited. I know a lot of people are as well. So, all right, here we are though. Back to game number 2. Look at Stay Green, man. They are on a mission here. All 5 of them grouped up.
Yeah, they want to lock down Ophelia. It seems they have two counter wards, 2 wards. They pooled Bubbles, so this is talent. Wait, did Zephyr get pooled? No, he didn't. So maybe it won't be the aggro tri lane.
Yeah. Maybe more of the 2-2-1 setup in the end.
Yeah, I kind of think that's what they're gonna do. You'd want to pool your Zephyr.
Yeah.
If you were gonna do something aggressive here, especially versus that, like if he's gonna go 1v1 versus a Hag, most likely if he were to tri lane. So that's just kind of what I think they're gonna do. They're
Yeah.
playing the safe route. I can't. It's they should win 2 lanes. Whereas say if they go aggressive and TMSR dodges them, it's kind of rolling dice. Will does TMSR read us out or do they not? And this is really safe. They're supposed to win 2 lanes right here. Oh wait, is Andrew actually? What are they? Is Andrew gonna
Yeah.
be mid?
What are they doing? I mean, Ophelia's already heading towards the top, actually. So, I mean, you look at their camp. They blocked 3 camps in total, including this kind of funky with this middle camp here. They got the 2 ward of sights down, but
They just really want to lock that down.
yeah,
Usually you don't double count a ward when you can.
yeah. So he is going to go into the other jungle. It looks like. So I wonder if they were maybe expecting that to an extent. Maybe they're an aggressive trialing to be coming out, and so that's why they're doing it like this. But that's not going to be the case, and you would figure this is going to be trouble for Ophelia. So right away, actually, she realizes, okay, this is not going to work. She's going to run around in the river as they're going to box her out. So interesting decisions being made here to start things off as far as the laning situation. You see Andromeda makes her way to the bottom lane. A good combo stun coming out. Limp's going to take a lot of damage. Not going to be a kill, but he'll be forced to use some good regen there. Start things off. It looks like the health potion even coming out. But yeah, Ophelia right away is like, that's not going to work. Going to go to his own jungle. He does get 2 rev wards, so we'll see what he does here with these. This is going to be the interesting part. He's going to go to this camp, obviously see that it's blocked. Will he be able to actually counter ward? It's the question, though. They do have a flying courier, of course.
I think that missed, right?
Oh, yeah, it's just out of range. It is. It's over 800.
Now, this could be
Ouch.
really. I could foresee him missing again.
Yeah.
This Seafreak placed in a really different spot. And,
That should be
did
good.
it.
Yeah. All right.
However, the other camps are still locked down. Wolf Commander spawn is also really unfortunate at the pole camp, so it's not really going to be able to farm for at least another minute or so. I mean, another 15 seconds, I suppose, but it's definitely going to be a rough start for him.
Mm-hmm. You see Andromeda right here. I don't know if he's intending to stack that or not, but if he was, it was just a little bit too late, so or early even. But anyways, he is going to protect the bottom rune here. Happens to be Refreshment. Top rune Illusion Engineer. Able to get his hands on that. So, yeah, again, the start for Tankafed, just more so because of RNG's sake. I mean, and just also good lockdown, obviously, from Stay Green is making his life very... Are we seeing another Rev Ward being delivered? Yeah, he's got another one even being delivered. So a lot of gold being invested here to Rev Wards.
And unfortunately, this Rev Ward won't really even do anything, because it's only one. This camp is double blocked, so just rather unfortunate. Wait, does that hit both of them?
Oh, did it? It did. As long as he uses a courier. No, he's not going to use a courier. He didn't think about it.
Oh,
So,
you don't expect that. That's
yeah.
really unfortunate.
that is. He actually placed in a spot that would have gotten both if he scouted it. So he's going to come here in 3 minutes expecting it to spawn, and it's not going to do that. So he might bring the courier back out, but that missed a whole spawn there, and already such a difficult start here. So, yep, he's going to see, like, wait a second. Something's up. Ouch. That hurts. Middle lane in the meantime. Keizu actually a lot of pressure coming out. Not going to be a kill. But again, a lot of damage. So Kraken obviously a hero that can definitely handle this. Top lane in the meantime. Torture kind of flanking Wretched Hag right here. Going to pop that impalement. Force a blink out of her. So Slicks ended up playing your Suicide Wretched Hag, by the way. That's actually kind of interesting seeing that. But in this game, it just made sense as far as the rules.
Yeah, I think they like cracking on Kezu, and I don't know. They just sometimes when they suicide mid, they like to put Kezu there, and they like to put Slicks in the long lane.
Yeah. So bottom lane, I'm sure Sandwraith, he is having a great time. 17-7. Bubble's managing 5-2, but Sandwraith dominating that lane as you'd expect. So that's obviously the great news for tmsR. But outside of that, it's definitely difficult. I mean, again, we already talked about the jungle situation. Still no creep kills for Tankafed. He has yet to even kill a single creep here.
Oh my! So this is just so bad. Okay, so you got Kezu farming the small camp, which is kind of odd considering you got a level 1 Ophelia who's not gonna be able to do anything if he doesn't start farming, and I don't know. You kind of think you need to leave that for him. So now Ophelia's gimped. He has to farm the pole. This means Andrew won't get levels because he can't use the pole. So it's just. If you look at what some ward blocks can do. It means Ophelia has a bad start. He has to take the pull. That means Andrew doesn't get levels. So
yeah,
they're going to be very underleveled on their team.
Yeah, it's a negative snowball effect basically for too much sugar here. So it really just goes back to just the warding situation from State Green. Again, they did it very appropriate, and clearly it's caused massive issues here. So you got the start definitely in favor of State Green right here. Ravener's actually leading the way overall. He's at 33-8 currently, 350 gold per minute on Swindlemelon. So safe to say he's having a good time. Top lane, Zephyr is also doing great, 28-16. Now jumping over the 300 gold per minute mark himself, well on his way to his helm of the Black Legion early on. So yeah, the pace of this game right now, again, definitely in favor of SG. Bottom lane, Bubbles making an escape right here. Desert Curse coming out. Common stun hits. Can he port in time? Yes, he can. It doesn't last long enough. Just barely. Just barely. But he will be fine in the end. So no Bloodlust kill just yet either. 5.5 minutes in to this game. So definitely a little bit slower start in terms of action is concerned. But there you see the helm of the Black Legion. So State Green, especially now with this helm pickup, has it become more of a game of now Team 5 push, take advantage of these lanes being won? Or
Well, the helm on Zephyr just means, alright guys, you can't kill me now unless you bring probably like 4 heroes in. 3 is probably not enough, and
yeah.
it really allows them to overextend in this top lane. It's not really overextending, but it allows them to play way more aggressive in the top lane. They don't really need a ward for him even, so it's just a good pickup. It lets him farm the jungle to a full HP at all times, so because you're not really that mana dependent for farming because of the Cyclone, so it's just kind of what you buy in the hero.
Yeah. Well, health potion going to be used on KZ right there to regen. They want to set something up middle lane. They got a Minotaur and Ophelia. Again, she's a slow start, but
when your Sandwraith player is not focusing on killing creeps and he's like looking at them, they can like, oh, you can tell like, oh, I think he's trying to do something, guys. Be careful. Like it's a big tell.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously, they know he's level 6, so all the information's there. That something's probably up, and it's showing. State Green playing very passive, so again, tank effect kind of being here. He just cleans up the yellow camp right there. Andromeda also sitting nearby, but still no kills actually coming up just yet as we now hit the 7-minute mark. So Engineer just kind of sitting in the background waiting for that initiation perhaps. There we go. Release Kraken comes out. Keg's not going to be used. It will split them off, but Samrat avoids it, and Haxrin gets the Bloodlust kill when it's all said and done. But Bubbles, he's pissed off. Revenge, not going to be happening, though. He had a kill field. Didn't want to use it, though. Really didn't have the biggest follow-up. And, oh, he's going to cancel the TP on Sandwraith, though, so he's going to use it for that purpose.
I kind of like that.
Yeah?
The kill field will be up in 80 seconds. Sandwraith, he's kind of, he's the carry. You're going to stop him from farming for another, 30 seconds? Like, did he even get a kill? At least he got the kill, so
yeah.
It's not like he lost gold, but, he's not farming the lane. That's like, well, that's a lot of creeps to miss. That's at least 4, so.
Yeah, so an interesting use of that this early on, but definitely makes sense as Sandwraith makes his way all the way to the bottom lane, and we'll continue to pick up that farm. But again, so his GPM, especially after getting that Bloodlust, is now at 300 gold per minute. It's probably going to finish his boots here. Yeah, he's got the Steam Boots now. I'm going to expect very likely Energizer to be next in line. But Zephyr just continuing to be very good. You look at the stacks that he's taken out here in the jungle. Yeah, they're setting up for Chessie very nicely here. Obviously the supports, specifically Torture, I'm sure, is doing a great job here.
I think I saw Z-Freak stack the right hard camp. It might have been Z-Freak. I know he went into the jungle once to stack once, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, they're doing a good job. This is kind of, middle lane.
Yeah, Engineer is going to fall. Yeah, the auto attack from Moomy and his illusion finishes him. That actually ended up doing a pretty good amount of damage right there, so they were chasing for quite a bit, and in the end, it is actually a kill, so.
Ooh, Chessie's coming mid. They want to set something up maybe, but that's kind of how you play no jungle strats. You gotta pick a carry that can farm stacks at a relatively early pace, and then you just go into the jungle. Gives more room to your support to either go into lane and take farm there, or just get a lot of experience in the woods while you're killing the stacks. And I mean, they're ahead in a resource control against jungle without one, so they're in a really good spot right now. You got a snowballing Zephyr. You got huge resource control, so you can kind of just fight whenever you want. Hag is kind of useless at this point. He's like what, a level 2 haunt, and then like a scream, and just doesn't really do much. Andrew has a point stun, so he does some, but he's still not that effective yet.
Yeah.
So and Ophelia is not even 6 yet, so
and Wretched Hag at the top lane. That was just a gust into a chain of reactions. The communication came out, and Hag could have had zero chance to react right there. So, yep. So you're talking about the levels and the lack of them really for tmsR and what they're able to really do at this point in this game. So it's going to continue to show. I mean, a level 11 Zephyr. We have heroes that are still level 4, even on his own team. And he's level 11. Holy crap.
Also, something to note, this Bubbles is actually contesting fine with the Sandwraith, and a lot of this comes down to, they didn't top lane. They're gonna try.
They're gonna try. If they can kill Zephyr especially, that would be huge. Release a Kraken, kind of slow down a couple. Zephyr going to the outskirts, but now he turns around. Typhoon gonna be used, but the Tsunami charge. The auto attack's not going off though. It will be enough when it's all said and done. That's a big kill right there on his Zephyr. A lot of experience being spread. Haxrin, however, got picked up at the long run. Bubbles joins the party. Speaking of him, Kraken will fall, and Wretched not gonna go down. So it ends up being a disaster there for tmsR. What was a decent start, they just ended up getting turned on. And State Green may even continue to push with that. So they killed Zephyr, a big kill, definitely. Obviously came at a massive cost, though.
Yeah, I don't know if Chessie may have had the old investments before that, but he might have lived. But I guess a good play by Keizu. He stunned him into the tree, and allowed the stuns to happen on him. But obviously, it wasn't worth it in the end. It's what tower kill, a bunch of kills for the team. Was it a genocide or no? 4?
It wasn't a genocide. I think it was like 3.
It was actually just 3 for 1, actually.
Yeah, but it was the 3 main heroes, really. Ophelia and Andromeda were the only 2 to survive. So, yeah. Obviously, a very impactful fight in favor of State Green, and that lead has just gotten pretty big here. 5,400, 5,300 experience lead. So, you talked about, again, Zephyr. It's not just Zephyr, though. Even Limp is managing decent. You got Swinomelons at 350 gold per minute on Ravener. Kind of curious what build he goes for here, if he goes his usual Insanitarius or maybe something a little different here with the way this game's picking up, but he is farming very well. And Haxrin only at 300 GPM. Again, he just really hasn't been able to get too much going here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like tmsR didn't do a very good job of zoning out the bubbles. They didn't put a lot of effort. Like, I don't think Moon was there right away. Like, he was checking runes, and I just don't think, like, I get it that Bubbles had pulled region, but I don't know, they just didn't do a very good job of keeping him down. Because you can, now, like, the Bubble shouldn't be able to contest his Sandwraith's farm at 12 minutes into the game.
Yeah. Triple stack Ancients being done as a team right here. You got Bubbles and Engineer kind of cleaning them up, so some good spread farm from Stay Green. Right now, the lane's all being pushed out by Too Much Sugar, so some nice farm for them as well. But and the Energizer is actually being worked on again by Sandwraith to finish that off. But you got Helm, you got Ghost Punchers on Zephyr. I think he's bought something else as well. There is an Energizer on the Courier, and actually that is his, so he's just not delivering it just yet for whatever reason. But he does have an Energizer, and actually there you go, he's going to deliver it. He also bought a full power supply. No, Mystic Vestments there, so yeah, he wanted that as well. So yeah, Energizer, Mystic Vestments that you talked about for the last fight would have been good. Obviously still going to be great. He manages to get that here. And his farm is now at 450 gold per minute as well as being level 12. So his Typhoon's back up. He actually comes right to the middle lane. They're going to try to set something up once again. TP's coming in. Gust maybe. No. Tsunami charge away as the Gust happens. So, yep, they try to catch him, but just a little too quick was Casey right there before they could. But why would they stop? Stay Green's like, yeah, we got Zephyr. He's level 12. He's farmed. This is what you do, man.
Well, yeah, he's got pretty much his core, and interestingly he goes Energizer, but yeah, I think it's a solid item. I actually kind of like it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, tmsR can't really fight them 5v5, not at all. But they're just gonna lose their towers. I guess they can split push, try to exchange a bit, but it's gonna be difficult. Kraken's mid right now, which is kind of odd. There's no way they can take a fight.
Yeah. I mean, are they really planning on trying to defend this? It's with the way he's setting up, it almost as if they are, but. State Green's actually going to fall back. They're not even going to fully commit to it. They got Chesty point on the bottom lane. He's actually going to clean up the pushed-up lane down there. So, no fight going to be had, I guess.
That's telling that that's kind of like their next move is to go bottom, take the tier 1 tower from Sandwraith. And, I guess there's really no reason to lose your tower. Like at this point, like you don't have to give it up. You can just keep farming. You got 1 tower, so you can go back and defend.
Jesse again, 475 gold per minute. They do have an Energizer finished on Sandwraith, speaking of that item, so Again, good item pick up there. Tankafet's still without the boots even. He's sitting on a Ring of Sorcery now, a Bracer on his way to an Astrolabe, but not investing in the boots definitely has a bit to do with how this game started, I'm sure. Figures he can't risk it. He needs the Astrolabe more importantly. Zephyr kind of diving in. Ophelia's sitting in the minions. But, I mean, it's just Ophelia and Sandwraith. Obviously, they don't 100% know that. I would think, though, if Zephyr knew that, he would have been man-up mode right there. But that was not the case, so both teams fall back from one another. Once done is done. Ravener has a haste bottle. Ravener really hasn't done a whole lot, honestly, in terms of, obviously, 0, 1, and 0, so as far as hero kills and being involved. But I guess there hasn't been too much action in this game, but he is going for a shrunken head first, it seems like. Yes, there goes the push bottom that you're talking about, Sender. So yeah, they set up for that, and sure enough, they execute it. Speaking of Swindle, he wants to make something happen here in the middle lane. He's kind of just farming creeps, but yeah, that was awkward decision from Swindle. It's kind of just walked right up. He is going to port away, though. The haste was activated, and he's going to be finding Wooly. Commissar comes out. They don't have enough mana for the swap, but the Kraken comes in and gets the auto attack off to get the kill. So he was trying to play big-time distraction, if anything. And he ends up paying his life for it, but well, they're going to kind of push mid here in the meantime, and they also are pushing top. So Stay Green not going to 100% commit to bottom, though. You see Torch is the only one there right now. Zephyr, Bubbles, and Engineer are moving. I don't think tmsR are they aware of this.
The Legion have destroyed
oh, they are not. Kelfield coming in. Zephyr joining the party. Has Typhoon now using it just yet. There we go. Right into Kraken. He's Tsunami turns away. He got caught, though. Down he goes. Ophelia's pulled in. The minions are dying. Down goes Ophelia. They get the 2 hero kills. The tower was killed by tmsR. And you see Hag's actually still trying to get the top tower even. But overall, again, big picture, I think Stay Green's pretty happy with that.
Yeah, you know, 1 tower kill for 2 kills plus he traded a tower away. So it's just, you know, it's a good trade. Sanders going top.
Sonomon's again getting caught out. Ravener is going to survive this electrical feedback. The port in. He has a TP coming in. Not going to be enough to save him, though. Bubble's really not much mana anyways. He just shell surfs and runs away. So, again, unfortunately, Ravener getting caught right there, so a good kill for tmsR. Won't get the tower kill, but they'll take that at least. And Sandwraith picking up farm. I mean, it's not scary level by any means. Zephyr definitely is.
If tmsR can keep dodging and keep the resource control at this, not take fights, but try to get kills when you can, they should be able to recover, but it's going to be hard. They have to... They do have good wards, though, that prefer dodging team fights and seeing the map move into SG. They have, they can see through mid lane, they can see through top lane movements pretty well with that ward, and, you know, if they can just keep dodging, they should be able to get back into this in terms of resource control and looking to contest this into the late game.
Well, we'll see again what Stay Green does to maybe try to fight against that. Now we see Chessie, his shrunken head is coming along here, and that's usually an item that, of course, encourages more fighting, as they want to take advantage of that. So we'll see if that kind of pace picks up. I assume Swinamounts has the Warhammer here with the way he's farming and where we're at. Maybe not. I mean, we'll see.
No, he's dropped actually 60 gold per minute in like the last couple minutes. Even with a couple tower kills, he's died twice.
Yeah. So maybe not as close as I thought, but there's the portal key on Bubbles also. Could prove to be another big item pickup for them, of course. But yeah, buying time for the Sandwraith here to slowly but surely pick up. Kraken's obviously recovering. You got your Hag as well. You never forget about that. Slicks on the Wretched Hag. And actually, do they find... Nope, that's an illusion. So they do find an illusion, but not going to make much of that. Kongor is there, of course, but Stay Green, are they going to maybe think about it? They're in the area. I don't know if they're going to go for it, though. Doesn't look like it. Chess is getting towards the bottom lane, actually. And we'll just continue to pick up farm down there. So he's going to continue to go on up. The Shrunken Head being delivered here in the meantime. And he will have that now. But Sandwraith, he actually... Okay, he does buy a Mighty Blade. So it looks like he is going for that Shrunken Head. And again, that makes sense. Against this whole Hellborn team. I mean, it is just... Yeah. You need Shrunkens.
I guess they're going to look to fight, but... I don't know. I'm just not sure if they can win the game like that. Like, I don't think they can really defend their towers, even with the Shrunken Head on Sandwraith once he gets them.
They're in a tough spot. Stay Green may force them to make kind of a decision here soon. As it looks like they are, yep, they're pushing bottom. Zephyr's leading the way, his team making the way over there. So we'll see if tmsR does anything about this or not. I mean, this one's already at half-life. Doesn't look like, at least for this one here. Will Stay Green keep going, though, is the question. Will they go into the base here?
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion
I think they'll force tmsR back into base, and then they'll probably go back and farm.
Yeah. Well, good counter push, at least, from Slicks. It actually does work out in the end. We saw TP coming in, but it got canceled.
I think it's going straight to Kongor, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, they're heading that direction, so it looks like very likely that's the case.
Or not, they're just going to farm.
Well,
They stacked Legion Jungle.
Chessie will clean that up. 565 GPM and counting now. You actually see what item. So Zephyr here, I mean, 1700
into
plus.
Concordance.
Yeah. What do you think Zephyr goes for next now?
I guess you go Dawnbringer. There's not really any item he needs to counter tmsR's hero, so just need some damage output, so
Yeah.
Dawnbringer is probably the route to go. Maybe a Bulwark, I guess, for the team. That's always a good item.
Oh. We'll see. You see Kongor again going to be taken out, but they do push the top tower, so tmsR getting something here once again out of this whole situation. But token of life on Zephyr. I kind of wonder about that. I mean, do you think that actually is the best choice? Figuring he is so far ahead and so tanky?
With a token on Zephyr, you can just hit the racks and force tmsR to jump him.
Yeah.
And if they don't jump him, they'll just lose the racks. It's more of a positional thing, not really like... yeah, I guess. You know, if they were to take a 5v5 fight, you probably wouldn't want the token on Zephyr. But when you're pushing the base, it's a positional thing, and that's why you put it on Zephyr.
They give it to him again. Ravener, it looks like, yeah, he needs the extra item, and he is going to be having it here. So his own Shrunken Head going to be coming along now. Wretched Hag, look at Slicks. 4,400 gold saved up, by the way. Holy crap. What?
Yeah, you know, he's been farming well, left to his own devices in pretty much the Hellborn jungle, and I would say Shrunken Head or Hellflower is probably the correct choice. Maybe even a Sheep if you can get to that point. But no, he's actually farming really well. He's had a lot of open space.
He has. It's just crazy to see that all of a sudden pulled up. I mean, we're still early on, 22 minutes. He doesn't even have any items outside of his boots upgraded and build up. So a little bit shocked that he's saving it up as much as he is, honestly. But gonna continue to do that for now. Firebrand just purchased by Zephyr, so there's a little bit of insight as to what he's probably going for. An eventual Dawnbringer, most likely. And he's gonna steal the double stack Ancients in the meantime. So rude indeed. As he is level 16 as well. But again, it seems like this is kind of that mark where Stay Green should feel pretty good. You see the gold situation over here. They've spent it pretty much. They got their Shrunkins. They got the PK initiation. They got Tablet here on Torturer. They got the Bound Die on Z-Freak. They're good to go. They're going to push mid here. So no restraint, no defense set up at all for tmsR, at least just yet. 4,800 gold as a full Shrunkin. Okay.
Yeah, and he also buys a Neophyte's book. Alright. So let's see, how are they in defense? They kind of have hit them, yeah. They're just losing their base tower, and you don't...
Never really want to give that up for free if you have the choice, but it is tough, obviously. Again, they have the token on Zephyr, so they have him in those front lines for that reason.
I don't know, Kane's just playing way too passive. They're just losing their tower. Like, you have to get in there first. They're not going to jump Kraken. Like, they just gave up their tower for nothing. That's really just because of some passive play.
Oh, ball lightning. There's the gust in on a Kraken. Speaking of him, Samurai Thulti Zone. Here we go. Zephyr gonna go to the gobble, gobble, gobble. The Typhoon goes down. Down goes Kraken. In the meantime, Zephyr still chasing. He's about half-life. Samurai in the background. The energy field gonna catch him though. Shrunken Head, it doesn't matter. He's still dropping pretty damn fast. He will dodge the ball lightning. Can he survive? Comet's out of the Zephyr. That will buy time for Samurai Thulti. The gust. The gust to finish him off. Beautiful play. Buyback from Samurai. Swap onto Zephyr right there. They really want this kill. They are gonna get the kill. The token of life. Ravener's going to die in the background, it looks like. Up comes Zephyr, but here comes the lockdown now. Do they have the damage? Nice tsunami charge, and Zephyr looks like he might fall. Can he actually get away? No, Gust, he will fall, and the overextending by Stay Green does pay off there for tmsR. And they come back. They bought back on Hackstrat as well as Keizu, but it was necessary, and the Rax is still at full life right there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. That's why you don't jump the Kraken. That's why you play up as Kraken. And Keizu did eventually, and it was a little slow. They gave up the tower for nothing, but in the end, a great fight for tmsR 2 buybacks is definitely worth it to get 5 kills and a token down.
Yeah.
So now they're looking to be in a pretty good position. They pretty much got all the items they need to take team fights. Now they just need to get some damage items up onto the Sandwraith and onto the Hag.
Yeah, I mean, Sandwraith, you look at it how he's progressing here. And what is game number 2, you see the Shrunken, the Energizer on him. Does he have some? I guess he did buy back, so that makes more sense. So yeah, he's still, that's the only what he's sitting on still, but now, again, buying the time for him to progress, perhaps with that Firebrand next, into the even full Geometer's Bane. I don't know, would you see a Geometer's Bane this game? But because there's a lot of AoE damage that just destroys that pretty quickly here.
I'm thinking, I don't really like the mock build this game because it's so late and that'd be kind of silly. But I get you probably go Dawnbringer from here. I don't think Geos is going to do much in the early game. It's obviously a great item as the game progresses, but
yeah,
this game is going to be either won or lost probably in the next 10 minutes or so. And a Geo Bane really doesn't do that much in this game other than kill Engineer Field, but yeah, it's not really worth it.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, 1,600 gold saved up on him, 1,900 on Kraken, and then there's you look back at Wretched Hag. It's a double damage ring currently saved on him. He's actually doing some ancients over here. He's got the Light Brand and now working into the Grimoire. So again, kind of a little bit of backwards that we're used to seeing. Going with the Shrunken at first, but obviously the game kind of spoke for that, and no doubt that helped that last fight. So at this rate, Grimoire into level 16. He's also going to be a huge threat. He actually got very low right there, down 135 life, but he is fine. He's going to pick up the refreshment rune here, and he'll be able to fall back. Jesse back into the jungle. He's got the full Frostburn finish on himself. 1,000 more gold saved up, so that Dawnbringer will be coming out for him. My Nuts on Torturer looking for a Sheepstick, it seems like. He's got the Blessed Orb here.
I find that really odd.
Yeah.
I actually just don't like that. He's not. I don't think he's ever going to find. Like, it's going to take too long to complete that item. Or maybe they're going to give him the farm. Actually, it probably looks like they're going to give him the farm. So it might actually end up working out. Bubbles is going for like a Push Book or a Storm Spirit. And if Tor can actually get the Sheepstick and do something with it, it's a great pickup. But say if it's stuck as an Ultimate Orb, it's pretty much just wasted gold.
Yeah. Torture. We'll see. The 1,200 gold saved up on him. Ravner, again, a case of he's got the Shrunken at Portal Key. Got a starting, but he's 0-4-0 on Ravner. Yeah, I was going to say, it really just feels like Ravner hasn't been the biggest impact this game, honestly. And the stats definitely reflect that. I mean, the fact that they have 8 kills hasn't been involved in any, but then Torch in the meantime, speaking of kills, we do see Engineer's going to get caught out. He puts the energy field down. He will eventually fall, though. You do see Ravner coming over. Will he go in? The cutoff from Zephyr right there. Ravner does port in. The Gus on top of Ophelia. He will drop before he can get his Ophelia's touch off. And now Kraken Tsunami charge away. He is being chased back. Release the Kraken going to be used. Sandwraith Mirage is already up being used as well. So not going to be able to initiate with that. And it looks like that'll be the end of the fight as they do take out the top tower on top of that. So one for one exchange. Ophelia for Engineer. Ophelia also losing her minions in the process, and that definitely hurts as well. So good find there.
Yeah, it's good for SG. They get the tower down for free. It looks like they want to keep going, but the Engineer is dead, so they can't. Also, another thing with the tower down, that gives more space for Torture the farm. He's really close to the Sheepstick now. It just needs some. I mean, I guess he's okay, not really close, but he's closing.
Yeah.
But something to note is Swindlemons, he didn't go for the portal key, even though he had a relatively good farm in the early game. And by not doing that, that really allowed Hag a lot of space to reap the farm into the game. He could play aggressive with his farming without really fear of getting caught. And I don't know, I actually don't like that choice. I guess it's nothing we can really do about. There's nothing that it's done. It's in the past, and what's done is done. But that Shrunken Head Rush really didn't pay off. He wanted to keep farming. He was pushing too far up, and as a result, he died a couple times, and he wasn't really having much of an impact in the game.
Yeah. He does have the assist there, so again, starting to at least pick up in that, and he has a strong tool set for that. But speaking of farm, Zephyr, 600 plus gold per minute now. He's got the full Dawnbringer finish, so that only is just going to continue to excel here, as he has 1,650 gold more saved up. Soul's Bulwark being worked on by Kraken. Actually, he has more than enough to buy it with the two ring mails that he's sitting on, but obviously a buyback also. He only has the one left, wants to make sure that he has enough for that perhaps. In this case, speaking of Soul's Bulwark, Zephyr goes to Soul's Bulwark himself. And Kraken actually just buying it right there. So both teams will have a Soul's Bulwark now, pretty much the same timing. 28 more 100 gold on Haxford, so we're still not sure exactly where Sandwraith is going to go. And we were talking about that earlier as far as what direction he could go in, but
I guess he could still go Mach. It won't be very good versus the Zephyr and the Ravenor, but it's going to be good versus, like, say, the Engineer, the Torque, the Bubbles. Bubbles will have a really hard time counter-initiating into team fights, and I guess there actually is still quite a bit of validity to go into the item, and it increases his output a lot. It's one of the highest damage outputs items a Sandwraith can buy.
yeah. We'll see. 3,200 gold now saved up, so we're going to get that answer here shortly, you'd think. If he buys that sort of the high, especially. So, Wretched Hag has enough gold now for her Grimoire, and again, she's good to go. She's got the Grimoire, the Shrunken Head. She's going to be level 16. She is level 16 here, so talk about some maximum efficiency coming out. Definitely has really picked up that farm, and it is showing. It most certainly is here, so that's going to be a big pickup for them.
Hex finished on Torturer.
The Sheepstick finished on Torturer, so he has enough gold for it at least. They're flying it here.
Yeah, it seems like SG recognized that. I don't think we can really push him to win this game. We're going to have to find some kills, kill Kongor, get further ahead. This lead right now really isn't big enough to just secure the win in top lane.
Yeah. Ooh. They tried. That wasn't going to happen, though, with just a Hag and a Sandwraith in that case.
Though that's still pretty worth it.
Yeah.
They only used mid lane. Moon will go down.
There? Andromeda just got picked, I guess. Yep.
I'm thinking, and I want to say how crazy this is. Well, actually, Kongor's up, so maybe not. But 2 Shrunken Head cooldowns is actually pretty big. These fights will take a while to end, so the lower the Shrunken Heads are, it actually matters. But it will be a free Kongor, so obviously that's big for SG.
Yeah. This is, Andromeda's going to be over 5 seconds, but yeah, it's absolutely a free Kongor. It seems like tmsR, let alone no Vision being over there, but not really too interested in even remotely checking, so that's going to be it. Zephyr will probably pick up the Sex token as well. He does have the open slot right there. Yep. Going to pick it up, and he's also well on his way to finishing a full Demonic now, so he really is starting to build really bulky, both bulky and battle build as well, with that Dawnbringer especially. On top of the Demonics. Those right clicks going to get more and more threatening as the game picks up. Sandwraith went the Firebrand route here. So he has another 1,800 gold now saved up. Again, now the question is, does he go into that Dawnbringer, or does he actually go with Geometer's Bane here? We were talking about a lot of AoE, and the illusions could die very quickly. There's still purpose for it, but maybe not as impactful. Kraken in the meantime getting caught. Sandwraith does port in. Sandwraith needs to be careful, though, because there's support nearby. Engineer and Bubbles, they see him, though. They're going right for Torture. They want this kill. Swap on Andromeda. On to Engineer right there. Energy field goes up after he takes a combo stun. Midas trying to live. He puts chain reactions down. Jesse's still coming in. Jesse's coming in. Will they follow up? No, the kill field was used. So Engineer does end up living, but they got the kill to Torturer. And they will fall back after that. So it took a little bit longer than they wanted it to, but still come through.
Just really good play by Haxorn. He recognizes that Tort went kind of this greedy build, and when his Shrunken Head is up, he has a lot of free reign in the team fights, and if he just kills Tort before he can really do anything, that's just a lot of farm that's not really doing much. And Minus, he farmed a lot. He has good farm, but he kind of needs to farm another item. Really, he needs to farm like a survivability item, like probably like a Void even. He needs to outlast the Shrunken Head on Sandwraith, or Sandwraith's just going to keep doing that every single team fight, probably.
Yeah. It's an easy pick off on him. Andromeda! Uh-oh, Gust maybe he's trying to sidestep Infinity. Yeah, Moomian, not going to happen, though. Just too strong. You see Ophelia actually just trying to save their minions now. Nice Minotaur stomp right there. The Torrent on top, but Zephyr going right for the melee rack. So Andromeda's dead. He does not have a buyback. He is just out of range of a buyback. Here we go, though. There he is. Only 25 more seconds on Resurrection. Without Andromeda, they still want to make something happen here.
I think you should give the Srax up even. Oh, they're going.
Sandwraith is going. He pops it. Shrunken early. He's going right for Engineer. Engineer Sword Spear comes up, though. Going to be fine initially. He will fall shortly after. Bound Knight drops right there. The ultimate going to be used by Sandwraith as well. Andromeda up in 10 seconds in the meantime. You see Kraken now. He's trying to live. He has his release of Kraken still. He hasn't used it yet. Jesse's station. There's the release of Kraken. No, he didn't even use it. I thought he used it at the last second. It does not come off, though. Andromeda is up, though. Kraken does buy back, so maybe he's waiting for that. Jesse, in the meantime, is getting fairly low. He has a token, remember. Andromeda swap on Ravener. Ravener is going to be picked up most likely as down he goes. So they do use the final buyback on Keizu right there. The melee racks stay alive, though. That is big. Chessie, though, was able to stay alive without using a token of life, however.
I know, I gotta say that's still one for Stay Green. You forced Kraken's last buyback, so and Kraken is really, he's important. You need him to get a good Kraken ultimate or release the Kraken off, or they're gonna be like they're just not gonna have damage or lockdown for their heroes, and now they can just kill Kraken again, and I feel like they're gonna win that fight probably.
Yeah, so very curious. Again, he chose not to use his ultimate there on Keizu. I think he might have been having the logic that he was going to use it after he bought back when he died, but not able to find that appropriate opportunity. That's a big ultimate that you're missing out on in an engagement like that. And now Zephyr, 3,000 more gold, so you'd figure at next point probably that Helm of the Black Legion can either turn into a full Behemoth Art here, or would you say something
probably.
like a Wingbow even? I mean,
Wingo could be pretty good here. Sandwraith won't have a Savage Mace for a long time if he even wanted to buy it, so I actually kind of like that pickup there. But probably not anytime soon. I feel like the game might be over before he can even get his next item, but we'll see.
To clarify on Wingbow, by the way, the evasions do not stack between that and the windshield, but the evasion is obviously 15% more with the Wingbow, so. And it's also just a great DPS item, increases the armor.
It's one of the best damage output items in the game.
Yeah.
And you just... actually, he'd probably go Genjiro, but it looks like an initiation.
Yeah, in the background again, they're going for the pick on a torture. You see the energy field coming out. Chessie chasing back, and Samwraith has to run away before that Shrunken Knight wears off. Kelfield catches, though. Release the Kraken, not coming out just yet. Once again, Zephyr, he's taking the damage in the front lines. The Feeling Touch comes out. Red Tag in the front ground. The Sheepstick on it. Samwraith, the lockdown on him. They're trying to save it. They're pointing back. Can it be in time? No, it cannot. He's going to fall right there. He does have a buyback. He uses it. Release the Kraken obviously coming out right there. But now Staker going to fall back yet again. Sandwraith, they want to chase. They want to make something happen. But at what cost right here? Zephyr going back in. He doesn't have a Typhoon. He doesn't need it, though. Too much sugar just falling apart. And Stay Green well on their way now to perhaps taking this game. Sandwraith stays alive, by the way. He is still alive. He's just hiding here in the jungle. I can't believe it. Keizu, in the meantime, he's being gone on. Sandwraith, he's just going to hide this. He really can't do much. It looks like Chessie may actually fall. This doesn't curse yet. They will finish him off. But he's going to come right back up with that token of life. So in the background, though, Wretched Axe, she pies back. She comes back in, cleans up on a Ravener. Zephyr finishing off Ophelia. And I think that is going to be the end of that. So tmsR, they are going to still hang on in there. But Sandwraith and Kraken are now out of buyback. Slick's just used one as well.
I think a really big issue right now for tmsR is they have no initiation to these team fights. Slick's going for that Grimoire, I think, is actually kind of a big mistake right now. It's really punishing them. They need to start the fights. They have no tower, so they can't really wait for SG to go onto them. I mean, SG's not going to go onto them. They're just going to kill the melee racks, so they have to force the fight. So basically, what Sandwraith goes in, and then they just doesn't kill anyone because SG just run away and then reset the fight.
What's that? I'm sorry.
So I'm saying, okay, I guess that was a lot of run on, but Slick's going for the Grimoire instead of like a Sheepstick is really hurting the team. They have no lockdown. Sure, they have a Kraken field, but they have no initiation to set that up. Like, you can't just use it. They need some stuns that are locked down to go first.
Yeah. No, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's the idea of a Grimoire Shrunken. Again, that's just such a core set of items on a Wretched Hag. But yeah, perhaps that could have been the better choice here. And as this game is dragging on, these fights have been happening. Yeah, having something like a Sheepstick could be very powerful, but he's on his way to getting one. I mean, it's still a little bit off, but at least he's working towards it here, it looks like. What did Zephyr just buy, by the way? Let's see. Courier.
Shroud.
Wow, Genjiro.
Oh, he bought it in full? I just saw the Shroud. No, but I actually think Genjiro is the better option than Wingo. It gives him just about as much damage. He already has attack speed with the Dawnbringer and Demonic, so it's probably their best choice.
Yeah, so Zephyr is... I mean, not too often we talk about a Zephyr doing a lot of right-click damage, but he is 293. Right-click damage. He has a Demonic on himself as well, so some scary damage going to be coming out. Frostburn purchased by Haction. Another thing about last fight, obviously, as well. Haction was sitting on about 3,500 gold when he died there in that last fight. Obviously, though, he used it for his final buyback, and now he has that Frostburn finish. So he is going to be going into that Dawnbringer here. But it's definitely a case of maybe a little bit too late here in the end. Oop, pause coming out. Again, kind of an awkward time. They're pushing into your melee racks here. So we'll see what the deal is with this. But a double damage rune is currently on Zephyr, by the way.
Oh no, I think they have to just give this up,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be 2 hits. So unless they initiate like right now, they're not gonna even save their racks.
It's about damn time.
So I don't know. I guess maybe they could look for maybe an Andrew swap in the stun.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no,
there
the
you
rack
Legion
is
barracks
dead.
has been destroyed.
go. Holy crap! That Zephyr is
Legion
scary.
barracks has been
So
destroyed.
yeah, they just give it up. They play that direction. They go to the top lane though to stay green. That tower dropping quickly. So Sandwraith, yep, he is going to be porting in. And here we go, Bat Blast. I don't even know if it hit actually. Drunken Head's going off. Wretched Hag is trapped in the trees in the meantime. Ay, ay, ay. That was not the planned initiation there from tmsR. So now they have some big ultis being, in a sense, wasted. You see the tower just easily falls, and Stay Green is like, yeah, we don't need to force the issue. Let's just kind of back up, wait for the next creep wave, and just work our way in. So they still have released the Kraken. They got the swap if they find the opportunity here. 4,400 gold on Slick, so it's just like he's so close to a big item. But here we go, swapping to Zephyr. He does not have that token. Release the Kraken right on top. They're hoping for it, but Zephyr just too much. The team support coming in, and Kraken's going to end up falling. You see Ophelia and Wretched Hag off to the side. Samwraith is just running away. Storm Spirit going to be used on the Hag right there. Everyone is still alive on Stay Green, including that Zephyr, as he is starting to regen their life now, and they get the melee racks, and then they get the hell on out of there. So they got what they came for. And now they're going to fall back. So again, tmsR, their initiation wasn't the strongest. Stay Green kind of reset, and then they took it to them. So you saw that idea right there with the swap right onto the release of Kraken is good synergy. But
Yeah,
he's just too farmed.
I think that's what they had to do in the earlier fights. They were trying to reserve the swap for saving their heroes, but they just didn't start the fights how they needed to, and I guess it's a little bit too late. And they probably recognize, oh, we probably could have executed these fights a little bit better by using the Andrew swap aggressively until they release Kraken. But right now, it's looking to be a little bit just too late. SG might wait for next Conqueror to play it safe, but
Yeah.
really, I would like them to go in right now. Well, actually, I guess Slicks will have a sheep stick probably for the next team fight regardless, so maybe waiting for the next Conqueror kill is the best option.
Yeah, in fact, there you go. He purchases it right there. So speaking of sheep stick, Bubbles also has a sheep stick in the works. And he's sitting with the Portakey on top of the Storm Spirit on top of that. So, yeah, waiting for the Kongor. Very, very likely. In fact, there you go. He resurrects right there. Wouldn't be surprised to see Stay Green start heading in that direction. tmsR's heading over there. They kind of like timer going, and they know that that's this Kongor. This would be the third Kongor kill as well. Obviously, there's a lot of positives right now for Stay Green, but just giving them a Kongor kill on top of that would really just put it in. So you see tmsR, it's do you have to contest this? I mean, you can't just give up a free third Kongor, can you?
I think you have to contest it.
Yeah.
And kind of odd. If standard ulti right now, Bubbles would actually die.
Oh wait. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's why they stopped doing Conqueror. They're like, guys, they might standard ult while we do this, and then our Bubbles is dead, so that'd
Yeah.
be kind of bad.
Yeah, that was interesting. So he is going to be fine though. Going to regen for now. So yeah, they're kind of trying to wait for the right moment. And I think they found it now. Another double damage on Zephyr. Are you kidding me? Sandwraith actually ultis. He's going to go in the swap right there. Energy field comes down. Locked into Zephyr with a sheep stick. The sun on top of Zephyr's like, I don't give two shits. He takes out Andromeda. The AoE damage so intense for the Hellborn team. Typhoon's down. Torment from Torture doing so much. And that's going to do it. You see the release of Kraken actually we're going to kill there at the end. But it just doesn't matter. Ball lighting connection. Well, near genocide coming out. Samurai stays alive, but GG, well played. Stay Green will take game number 2. And ladies and gentlemen, that means we are heading for a third and final game here in the winter bracket semifinals. So definitely excited for that. Just again, though, quick review of that game right there, Center. Just simply Stay Green. I mean, the Chesty factor on Zephyr, that is a hero that he loves to play. He's proven that. Did it very well in it once again. So maybe just more of that aggression from tmsR, more of that synergy of the Kraken and Andromeda as you're touching at. Would have been better earlier on, but...
Well, I guess that's kind of a draft team flaw, too. When you go all these heroes, you have to recognize, hey, guys, we need to pick a hero that can go first.